destroy my world!
Alright, what is up guys? Today we have another Marvel Rivals video for you today. And today we have crazy news. It's so crazy that this just might be the most insane year for Marvel Rivals. So what you're currently looking at your screen, this is XOX Leak. This is his Twitter page. Make sure you go give this person a follow. This person is constantly dropping news bombs about Marvel Rivals, anything leaks, and a lot of times, for the most part, they have been correct. And the reason this video is actually pretty crazy is because a lot of the leaks comes directly from this person, and for the most part, it seems like they're on track to becoming reality. So with that being said, guys, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's get on with the video. So the very first thing we're gonna look at right now here is this tweet from XOX Leak. It says, Hood and Jubilee teased for the next season. A man wearing the cloak of oblivion and means turning her fireworks against her former friends. So this is a quote from the gallery card. Some of you guys might not know, but currently there's a lot of streamers that have early access to season 8.5, and so therefore they have exclusive access to gallery cards, which means they have, you know, the lore and the next teaser for the next characters that is coming up in season 9. And of course, the image that you see here, this right here, this man is Apocalypse. So, and then we see the hooded people. We got two people in the back, two people here in the front, and a lot of people are saying that this is the fourth horseman of some kind. I'm not too up to date with my Marvel lore, or hell, even Marvel Rivals lore, but if you guys know exactly who these characters might be, as you can see, they got a I don't know if that's like a bubble gum. I don't know, but let me know down in the comments below who these guys are. But it seems like there's gonna be a pretty crazy season 9 starter. So it seems like Hood and Jubilee are his teased for the next season. And so that leads me to the next tweet here that XOX Leak here posted. And it says here, Season 10 heroes, Gore and Nightcrawler. So of course, this is the Season 10 leaks for Marvel Rivals. And as you can see, we have a depiction of Gore and Nightcrawler. And this is honestly really exciting, guys, because I've been wanting true villains in the game for quite a while now. I'm not too sure exactly if I'm not too particularly sure if the Hood is like a bad guy, or is he a villain, or I don't know anything about Hood. I know Jubilee is she's an X-Men hero, so it's gonna be pretty cool. But season 10, it seems like we're gonna have Nightcrawler and Gore. So this is really crazy, because the one thing I know about Gore is that he wields the Necro Sword, and Gore is known as the God Slayer because the sword itself is made from Null, the symbiote god or the symbiote king or whatever, and it allows whoever wields it to kill a god. And therefore Gore is a very dangerous character because of the sword, the Necro Sword. So this is gonna be pretty crazy. We're gonna see some crazy stuff from Gore. I'm really excited. And of course, people are way more excited about Nightcrawler. And personally, I can understand why. People definitely want Nightcrawler to be a strategist. I'm not too particularly sure about that because you know, he is Nightcrawler. He's a teleporting, sword wielding, very good martial artist. And yeah, as you can see in this GIF, he's definitely meant to be a DPS. But if they somehow, this is Marvel Rivals, right? So they can just do whatever they want with these characters, right? I mean, you had for example, you had Gambit, who was supposedly leaked to be a DPS, ended up being a strategist. And so, Cyclops, I was hoping to be a tank of some sort, but he ended up being a DPS. So speaking of which, Hood and Jubilee, I think Hood might be a DPS and Jubilee might be a support. Don't quote me on that, but that's just kind of my out there guess. So, and then of course Gore, I don't know, he could be a tank. He definitely has DPS vibes, right? And Nightcrawler, he honestly also could be a the DPS epidemic is kind of crazy, guys. So that's Gore and Nightcrawler. Let's go on to season 11, guys. And this is crazy because season 11, we have Doom and someone currently unknown to us, says the tweet. So currently, all we know for season 11 is that Doom is actually going to be the next character, and this actually makes sense considering that Marvel Rivals has been doing this event leading up all the way to the movie, the MCU movie Doomsday, Path to Doomsday. And so it would make sense for Doom to actually be part of season 11, because I believe, I'm not sure of the timeline, but this season 11 seems like it's going to be right around the corner or when the movie comes out. Perhaps, maybe, I'm not too sure, but it makes sense Doom is coming this early, right? There's probably going to be his season 11 is like what? Like probably going to be like 2 years of Marvel Rivals, so this is going to be pretty interesting, right? And of course, we don't know who the other character is, but Doom for now seems to be the likely person to be out. And then of course, honestly, I was kind of hoping for Thanos, but Thanos being in a game this early kind of, it's not surprising really. So that's kind of unfortunate because again, they're doing the whole path to Doomsday, so we're gonna go through the whole Infinity War phase, and of course Thanos is like the main villain there and whatnot. So it seems like we're gonna be skipping Thanos and we're gonna go from Hood Jubilee to Gore Nightcrawler and Doom and someone else. I mean, you never know, it could be Thanos. Thanos is right next, you never know. It says here Doom and someone currently unknown to us, so that's gonna be pretty cool. And with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it for the leaked characters. Next up, we're gonna be looking at Cyclops' abilities, and I actually haven't seen this, so this is the first time I'm gonna pretty much seeing it with you guys. So his team up anchor down here in the bottom left is a 5% damage boost. That makes sense because he is the anchor and he has the team up with Wolverine. Wolverine has a spinning attack that basically is a whole new ability for Wolverine, so that's gonna be pretty cool. So this is primary Optic Blast. Fire a quick burst of kinetic force forward. Hitting enemies accelerates ricochet force, charge rate. Okay, so I should probably read his passive here. Red Adamantium Cyclops supercharges Wolverine's claws, extending his attack range. While active, Wolverine's vicious rampage is replaced with kinetic claws, granting him a brief forward lunge that unleashes a flurry of slashes around him. So that's his team up. So his passive here is enter a slow fall state while firing concussive beam mid-air. So this was part in the trailer, if you guys haven't seen the gameplay trailer, where he just holds down the button, you're in mid-air, and you just stay there until all of your like gauge basically like falls down to 0. So that's kinetic hover. And then he has his alternative fire here, concussive beam. Continuously fire a powerful beam that can refract between enemies and the environment. Hitting enemies accelerates ricochet force, charge rate. So it seems like he's gonna be playing around this ricochet force thing. Let's see. Okay, so ricochet force, that's his E. Fire a beam that can diffract and track nearby enemies after hitting terrain. Upon use, Cyclops gains bonus health. Alright, so that's pretty interesting. That's gonna be pretty nice. If you guys don't know, Cyclops is kind of like Moon Knight with lasers. So that's gonna be pretty fun. Also, he's a 2-star. Right here it says Cyclops ability page, he's a 2-star, so it's gonna be really easy to play. And based on what I've seen in his gameplay, he's not gonna be that hard to actually catch and kill. So you're gonna have to play him really safe. You know, someone like Moon Knight example, you're gonna have to play him very safe, but he's gonna be pretty fun to play as well. So we have propulsion burst. And this is L shift. Fire a propulsion beam to push yourself and the target backwards, applying a slow effect to the enemy. So this is pretty good because, again, in the gameplay trailer, he does this thing where it's kind of like in the cinematic trailer where he's like sliding around the enemies and whatnot using his laser beams. That's pretty much what he's going to be doing here. So that's going to be pretty cool, and the fact that it applies a slow is going to help you get away much easier as well. So be on the lookout for that. And then we have his F, Optic Ascent. Fire a propulsion beam directly downward to push yourself up and knock back hit enemies, applying a slow effect to them. So this is really interesting. So this is basically a mobility type ability where you shoot down laser at the floor and you just catapult your way up. Doesn't seem like it's gonna do any damage, right? Doesn't seem like it does any damage, but it does apply a slow and it knocks back enemies. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. A good getaway ability alongside his propulsion burst. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And of course we have his ultimate Ruby Rage. Remove visor and fire a powerful sweeping beam forward, destroying all barriers in its path. The blast leaves behind volatile excess energy that erupts, dealing massive secondary explosive damage. So if you guys haven't seen the actual gameplay trailer, he shoots this blast from, it's basically a vertical beam attack that he does, and it can hit flyers, and it does a pretty decent amount of damage at first, but then it has a delayed eruption explosion that does massive amounts of damage. So it doesn't seem like it does HP based damage or remove shields or anything like that, but it does say that it destroys all barriers in its path, which also means, like, I'm guessing like any type of terrain or any destroyable environment, it's going to be able to destroy it all in the first laser, the whole laser animation. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So that is Cyclops. So can't wait for him on Friday. Be on the lookout. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, because I'm definitely going to be posting videos on Cyclops. So be on the lookout for that. So the next thing we have here, this is going to be really crazy. We got the season 8.5 roadmap, and it says here June 12th, which is on Friday. We're going to get the new hero Cyclops. We're going to get a new map, Kunlun Shenlong Arena, which actually don't get too excited, because this is just basically 18 versus 18. So yeah, this is just annihilation. This is just a 18 versus 18 domination map. So this is not going to be in your regular matches, unfortunately. So, just be on the lookout for that. But if you like 18 versus 18, I know a lot of people do, then there you go. You got a new map. We're getting a new event, Shenlong Tournament. So this is a Groot skin. This is a new Groot skin that we're going to be getting for free. It looks really, really cool. Obviously, I'm guessing it has something to do with the Shenlong Tournament. I don't know, like, if you just got to like play matches like you normally do to get this skin for free. But there's a good chance that you're going to have to play the 18 versus 18 to actually get this skin, possibly. So we'll see, but it looks really cool. And then we got the Rival 616 Volt. This event is going to bring back a lot of the limited time event skins that you can no longer buy right now. They're going to come back and you'll be able to buy it again. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then we have new costumes for Magic, Phoenix, and Cyclops. So this is going to be pretty interesting. The Magic and the Phoenix are going to be out, and the Cyclops, they're all going to be out on June 12th. So be on the lookout for that. So if you like Phoenix and Magic, and hell, even Cyclops, I mean, it's a pretty cool skin. So make sure to grab that. And we're going to have a new accessory for Cyclops, which is Jean Grey plush in her wedding dress. So that's pretty cute. And then in June 19th, which, let me check, when is the 19th? June 19th is on also the next Friday. We're going to get a new social map, the Hellfire Bay Beach. So this is a social map, not a regular map that you're going to be playing in quick match and comp. Unfortunately, I hate when they do this, but it is what it is. We're getting two maps in one half season, and none of them are, actual maps, but hey, it is what it is. And we're also getting a new Rivals Summer Festival 26. So we're going to be getting some skins and rewards like we usually do. And this one's really cool. We're getting a new event, Express Juice. I believe you can get up to 1,000 units, so that's going to be pretty cool. You're going to get a good generous amount of units, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure that you do whatever the missions it is to get those units, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then we're getting new costumes here, Marvel Rivals Swimsuit Special, Emma Frost and Doctor Strange. So there you go, more skins for Emma and Doctor Strange. You're looking really nice. And we're getting a new event, Krakoan Reels. This is basically a mini battle pass that you gotta buy. I believe it's like $7. And it's gonna have a swimsuit skin for Spider-Man, Cloak and Dagger, and Reed Richards. It's kind of hard to see here, but yeah, this is Reed Richards. So, and one of them are gonna be free. I kind of hope the Spider-Man one is free, but I mean, who am I guessing? Cloak and Dagger, they're gonna be the legendary, like they're the main prize, right? So it could be either Spider-Man or Reed Richards that we're gonna get for free, but either way, it's gonna be pretty nice. And then we're getting a new emote for Black Panther and Storm, Head Over Heels. So I'm guessing this is just an interactable emote that you can do if you're playing Black Panther or Storm, and if there happens to be another Black Panther or Storm, in your team, you can do this emote. I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm not too sure, but that's pretty cool, I guess. It would have been nice to if those two actually got a skin and not like an emote, but hey, that's just me. And then June 26th, which is the Friday after, we're gonna be getting more costumes. We're gonna be getting Marvel Rivals Special swimsuits for Black Widow and Daredevil. This is really cool. Black Widow is looking really nice, and Daredevil, yeah, it's Daredevil. Another Daredevil skin. Oh boy. Unfortunately, Widow did not get buffed or even touched or mentioned at all this season. Hell, this is probably like, when's the last time Widow got like tuned? Like, I genuinely don't remember. So that's unfortunate, but hey, at least you got a new skin, so that's pretty cool. And we're getting uplifting welcome. I don't know what this is. It's a beach party event or something. I'm not too sure what this is. July 3rd. All right, we're gonna be getting new costume. This is really crazy, guys. We're getting Lady Loki swimsuit skin. This is insane. We're getting a skin for a skin. So that's kind of crazy. All right. So if you don't have Lady Loki like I do, I'm probably gonna be grabbing this one just because I prefer to have this one over the default Lady Loki skin. So honestly, hey, worth it. And then we're gonna be getting a Captain America skin, which looks pretty cool. And we're getting a White Fox swimsuit skin, so that's gonna also be really nice. And on July 10th, it's gonna be season 9, where we're gonna be seeing, you know, Jubilee and a hood. So that's gonna be pretty nice. So that's pretty cool, guys. And here is the Groot skin that I mentioned before. That's gonna be free. This is pretty cool. Yeah, look at that. This is really, really nice. Yeah, look at the endgame model. He has a tail and everything, bro. Look at that. That's so amazing. And this is free. This is free. So this looks just amazing. Really great skin. This is genuinely really, really good. Like, I could definitely see this skin being like paid for. So that's really awesome. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe.